We're with Eric Kavosh, Dr. Eric Kavosh, and you are so nice to allow us to come into your practice today. Dr. Kavosh, tell the viewers what kind of practice you are actually involved with.
Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and coming in to interview us. I'm a board-certified allergist and immunologist, and we're here in West Plano, and we see a variety of different disease types, from seasonal allergies, asthma, sinus problems, and immune system problems, and see children and adults of all ages. We're really able to help people with the suffering of most North Texas folks that notice the sniffles and the coughing and the sinus problems. We're really out to help their quality of life and improve their daily meds and needs and other various treatments that we offer.
And Dr. Kavosh, I know from your reputation, which is why we're in your office, you have a superb reputation in the community, and I know there are different treatments and different procedures that you use versus some of the competition. And could you just give us one example of that?
Sure. One of the very common treatments would be what's known as allergy shots or immunotherapy. And there's a variety of different ways that you'll see that done depending on which office you go to. What we offer something that really helps the patients to start to feel better a lot faster and really helps them from a scheduling standpoint. The older way of doing allergy shots was having to come in once a week for 1 to 2 years until they build up to an appropriate dose to help the patient have symptomatic relief, which was very cumbersome for a lot of people. And we're able to actually truncate that with something called a rush procedure. And really what that does is it helps them to feel a whole lot better and get them to the appropriate dose of their allergy shots within a few weeks as opposed to a couple of years. And patients have just really loved it.
You are such a gentleman to allow us to come in. You agreed to let us talk to some of your patients, and so we're going to go do that if that's okay.
Well, it'll be a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was about a year ago when I was really struggling with allergies and asthma, and I visited with my primary care doctor and had actually seen that doctor about once a month for 5 months trying to get relief. And finally he thought it'd be a good idea for me to go and see an allergy doctor. And so I asked him for a referral, and he said, there's only one guy that I want you to see. And so he referred me to Dr. Kavosh. I met with Dr. Kavosh this about a year ago. As I said, I was really struggling with the allergy and the asthma, and so I came in with a pretty negative viewpoint. It's tough when you don't feel like you have your health and you've been struggling for a while. And one of the things I really appreciated with Dr. Kavosh is from that first meeting, one, he spent a lot of time with me. I didn't feel like I was being rushed in and out, and he injected a positive attitude of, we're going to get you better, we're going to help you. I've seen this before, it's okay.
Honestly, I absolutely love being outside. I love, playing golf. I love doing things that require the ability to be outside. And, honestly, it wasn't totally feasible, especially when Mountain Cedar rolls in or whatever's going on. You're just miserable physically. And so being on the radio and being, I guess, narcissistic enough to talk about personal problems as opposed to what we're supposed to be talking about, I just talked about the fact that I almost hate playing golf because sneezing the whole time, need a box of Kleenex with me, watery eyes, the whole bit, can't breathe at times. And so I was complaining about it, and the good doctor reached out to me and said,
so
hey.
he called in as he was listening to the radio.
I think, I think he was listening. I think he might have emailed, but whatever the case is, he said, you know what, you don't have to live with this. You don't have to, you don't have to fight through it or quit golf or whatever it is that you like to do. There are ways to help you beat this sort of thing.
I, at the time, was flying for my job quite a bit nationally, and I was suffering from allergies prior to flying, so you can imagine once I got on the airplane and my sinuses, my allergies were out of control. I was suffering, my ears were always plugged up, and I kept actually getting these sinus infections. And so I went to my primary care physician, and she had recommended Dr. Kavosh to go see an allergist. So I came to the office, everyone was so friendly, and he had suggested doing some allergy testing to see if he could possibly help me. So I signed up, got my allergy testing done, and in the process of that, he was able to make my allergy shots. And since then, my life has been completely different. I am so happy with the results. I am a brand new person. I mean, I thank Dr. Kavosh every time I see him. That, you know, I give him a hug. I'm like, Dr. Kavosh, you literally have changed my life. I look at all these people who are suffering around me, and I'm always saying, you've got to go see him, because it has made a tremendous difference, and I will always be thankful for what he's done.
You know, after being in here and after going through the treatments, and easy as can be, you know, I find that it's really changed everything for me, and it really has. I can see the effects, I can feel the effects. That's the big thing. And you know, we're back to that same time of year where I was just absolutely miserable, and here I am, and I feel great. And so I'm so thankful that I followed through on this and tried it, because it's really been a game changer for me, and that has me very excited about, you know, whether it's my kids' Little League games or golf or whatever. I mean, I'm not freaked out by the change of season bringing a new wave of feeling miserable anymore. I can't say enough.
So he tested me, and I learned from that testing how allergic I was to how many different things. So I even had someone take a picture of my back after the testing with my phone, which I still have. So I began doing the injections, and from that point till now, I've continued to slowly get better, but to see the progress, and it's drastically helped me. I'm actually looking forward to this spring and summer, where in the past I've dreaded this season coming into April and May, but I've noticed such a difference. So he was able to, and the girls too, the ladies when I come in the office are great, welcoming, make me feel like we're doing something positive. It completely changed my outlook for something that I was beginning to think I just had to deal with.
Well, I moved to Texas at that time, and I started getting very sick when I moved to Texas, and I thought that, you know, it's maybe I was sick all the time. So, and I had a very scratchy throat, always sore throat I have all the time. So I went downstairs and said, hey, there's an allergist open downstairs, you know, go check the allergy. So I went downstairs, I met Dr. Kavosh, and I told him about it. He said, it's simple, we do the test to Christina, and we see if you have allergy, you know, we will take care of it. So he did the test, and I found out I have many allergies, and one of them that I have a problem was beside my throat, it was my eyes. I couldn't put no makeup whatsoever. I had in my eyes, in this area especially, that it was how much I tears, it get this area of my skin raw. It was so red, I couldn't actually, like, you will have makeup on that side and no makeup on the other side. It was like, so when I see people, I was like, hi. It was bad.
That's a funny story. I mean, it wasn't funny at the time, but that's funny.
But, I mean, he changed my life. I mean, truly, like, I can function, I could go outside, not worrying about, oh, you know what, today is high pollen, I can go outside. So it's made a huge difference.
So before, I could not even literally walk into a home that had a cat. And ironically now, I have a cat. That's how far these allergy shots have taken me.